Hello there, everyone. Are we working? Yeah, we got the microphone on. Nice to see things are working. Alright, so, yeah, I'm just loading the game up. I'm a little bit behind. I took my dog for a walk. I thought, right, let's get that done early today. And got back. The video I was working on was still rendering. So I thought, okay, we'll just sort of stall a bit. But yeah, it's been a bit longer a stall than I meant it to be. Well, I wouldn't say mean. I'd say unlucky. I'd say you're unlucky. Well, I feel unlucky, but I'm really laughing about it in a way, just for the fact that it's now taking me longer to actually make the videos and actually upload them, which wasn't always the case. So I'm taking the speed upgrade I'm getting. But yeah, we got the 2 GAs lined up. We've got all the stuff going on there. And yeah, we're going to do as much of a fleet climb as we can. I mean, we've got 30 minutes, so hopefully we can get a bit done. You know, I'm really pleased with my internet. I mean, I've got it here on my little dashboard. Hang on, I had it on my dashboard. Okay, as I say that, it says running speed test, so it's like, okay, what is this? Go on, John, give me the magic numbers. Or are you just going to leave me in suspense? It's suspense then. Okay. Can I have a drum roll or something? Yeah, it's just... It's the irony, isn't it? Just the irony. You know, I've just realised how dusty the bottom of this is. I never pick it up. It's always just in my hand on the little stand they give you, so I never pick it up. It's just funny, because I imagine you could play a game on it like this. Here we go. 942 download and 929 upload. And I think I used to get like 30 upload and 8 down... sorry, 30 download, about 8 or 9 upload. So, it's like 100% improvement. Okay, I can see Crimson's coming to life. Well, I saw something. There we go. I wasn't imagining it. Where are we? 19. Well, that's a bit disappointing. At least the first battle's against a subpar Leviathan, so we haven't got too difficult a battle to start with. I got a question, sure. Right, we'll do a flyby. Oh, hang on. Don't really know how to answer that, if I'm being honest, Drafts. I think if you saw me in the chat the other night, I wasn't really best pleased, but we've kind of dealt with that issue. But there's more going on, and it will be dealt with. We've had enough. You know, I can tolerate the idea that... Well, I'll say tolerate. That was being extremely harsh. But I understand that people don't know what might be going on in the game. So, you know, like someone just joins your guild and they're like, oh, hang on, do you do something specific or more specific than maybe they used to? It's a bit like, okay, fair enough, you know, we allow that. You know, it's like not everyone comes straight in and knows what's going on. But it's the fact that an officer reaches out and you don't respond. That's when my back gets up. It wasn't preloading, no. It was essentially placing very weak teams on front walls of TW. You know, and it happened when this member joined, and you think, okay, you haven't reached out to us, but maybe it's just like a I don't know what I'm doing kind of thing, so I haven't had time to reach out. So you give them a bit of leeway, just a little bit, but a little. But yeah, when it happens again after they've joined Discord and they've had an opportunity to ask questions, then no leeway. That's just being too lazy to actually investigate. I think they've got the ult, haven't they? Nope, we're alright. I mean, just to be clear, right, when I'm talking about weak teams, it's like Mace Windu lead at Gear 8, 5-star. Because we don't have like a join limit on the guild. It's not like we say, alright, you've got to be X GP. I mean, Drafts, for instance, joined very, very small GP. But it's one of those situations where you look and you think, if someone's willing to ask questions and learn, we don't mind, because it's like, okay, even if it takes a bit of time, you know, it's going to benefit us all in the long run, in my view. But it's when people don't inquire and they sort of just do whatever they want, that's when it's like, no, you can't stick around here. We're not just a charity case that's going to give you free rewards. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, right, the officers did have a little gaff at the last round. Because of that misplacement I've just mentioned in the first instance, I'd said to one of my fellow officers, right, can you just lock the front wall because I haven't finalised doing the plan yet. So just while I was doing it, they locked the front walls off and I sent out the plan. And yeah, we collectively forgot to unlock the front wall, so I think we had like 3 hours to place front wall teams. So I will hold my hand up there, that was sloppy. But the fact that this guy still managed to get in this really weak team on the front wall, it's like, no. You know, I'll cop my own blame for just being a dopey idiot, but yeah, it ain't great seeing the rest. Yeah, YouTube's just a great resource for that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I'm not taking like full blame or anything. I'm not. I know it isn't my fault, but equally, I'm accepting that maybe we could have done a bit more to help out the guild. Although equally, I would have liked it if someone had let us know earlier. Like, I think it was, I don't know who it was off the top of my head who actually reached out to us, but I'm just glad they did, because I just saw the message and I was like, we haven't unlocked it yet. Because you instinctively think as soon as the messages go out, someone will think to do it. But yeah, assuming is going to make an ass out of you. Yeah, it's annoying Drafts. I'm going to say it's one of those where you just think to yourself, you're eager to learn. That's how I view it. Is there a target lock on here? No. Go on, we'll base it. It's like I said before, I'd rather people like yourself who are eager to learn and want to improve than people who are just basically here for free rewards, because that just really gets my back up. And there's a few of them still knocking about, and we've got a list. We're going to just start weeding through it. Just takes time, because you've got to make sure you don't leave the guild too short in the process. Alright, bye-bye, Sith Assassin. I'm glad Kit mentioned this the other day. I don't know if anyone else did mention it as well, but I've got to say this has been working pretty well in the Relic 8 mirrors. I didn't notice, no, sorry. Wampa and Bosk are nice solid unlocks. I mean, Wampa, once built up, will be very good in GAC. And Bosky Boy, I feel like even now is... If we exclude Jabra, who's a Galactic Legend, I'd say Bosk is still the best bounty hunter. I think if you create any standard bounty hunter team, he's just a guarantee to be in it. I'm going to say again, Estelle, you're definitely just so far away from like that kind of thought process. I mean, if anything, me and you've go way back in that regard, but it's just like I know for a fact you would never even think of doing something like that, which is like, ugh, I still can't believe I saw it. What was the actual comp? Let me bring it up here. Because I posted it privately and I wasn't pleased. Here we go. Oh, hang on, this might have been last week. Yeah, I think I'm looking at last week. Here he is. I think this is the second wall he placed on. So the second wall he placed a Mace team. Mace at gear 12, but then Bastila, Old Ben, Anakin, and Ezra all at Hyperdrive unlock level. You know, and you're looking at it, you're thinking, essentially, you've got these characters from the Hyperdrive bundle, and you just want to place them somewhere, you don't care where, on defense, just so you can get your rewards. And I wouldn't mind, but he did that a couple of times. You know, the two TWs he was with us, he was spreading them out. So he got all these teams, he was spreading them out as if to say, right, I want a team on every wall. And I'm thinking, no, talk to us if you're going to start putting teams down. Especially when we have a plan. Oh, I could go on about it, but I'd rather not. Well, just while I'm waiting for that to load up, I figure I will just show this for those of you on Twitch. If you can find the thing. I'm trying to do like different thumbnails, you know, not necessarily SWGOH related. So I thought I'll go for this today, if it'll load. Here we go. You never play with me now. It feels like it's gone that way with Papa Palps and Vader. At one point they were like married at the hip, and now it's like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing with Mara. And Vader's just try and find a home somewhere, whether it be with Afra or Lord Vader. What have we got? We got Cunning here. Let's go for that. If you see what I did, speak to you and Scott, make sure where I could put up my team. I'm a bit confused what you mean there, because we've got like the spots for you at the back, and to be honest with your GP level, it's like that's probably the best place for you to be putting teams. I know what you mean, Ada. It's like, it really does feel like it'd be nice if there was an excuse to put them together again, like maybe some, I don't know, Sith came out that was a better lead for Starkiller, but it just won't happen. Yeah, I think that would be the disappointed Palpatine after Vader made a mess of things again. I mean, I haven't checked myself, but I assume you're doing it right anyway. The fact is, as long as the teams are on the back wall, for now, that's the main thing, because you're getting your rewards. As far as actually doing more things after that, I think it's just a case of letting your roster build up before you worry about it. I did see something installed. It was, you said you hadn't got a capital ship at max, so you were just kind of stuck waiting. And that I can feel. I know that happened with me. I think it was with... I don't think it was Slacker. It might have been on my baby account with Endurance. Like, I got all the stuff ready for the event, for doing gas. Or at least starting gas. And because I hadn't got Endurance at 7-star, I had to wait. I think that was it, and it was horrid. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of it, as far as that fella who's not with us now. You know, it shouldn't have been that hard to work it out. If anything, we have it plastered across the instructions saying, check Discord instructions. So, to just go placing things in is a sign of not reading as well. Either that or reading and not caring. Yeah, it is that thing, isn't it? Finalize is definitely going to be worth it to get Slacker, but Executrix as a fleet goes, it's definitely going to probably be the more impactful moving forward. I mean, it's not as meta at the top end as, say, Chimera, but it'll still do a job for you with the right ships. The worst thing for me is having to go for Emperor Shuttle. That is such a weird farm. But all these fleets like it. I think what we need to do is pretty close to that drafts, as far as not the specific bit of that, but just get you on a roadmap for sure, just so that you know for certain what to work on. Because I think the thing is, I've said it so many times, and I'll die on the hill. You have to have a very clear image in your mind of what you want to build. So if you see, like, say, oh, hang on, this new thing's come out, or I've heard this thing's good, it can get very, very distracting, because what you work on doesn't get finished. So you end up with a load of projects that have just not been completed. So it's really important to finish what you start. But for sure, once you finish something, then it's worth knowing where you're going after. Because sometimes you can get a little head start while you're finishing something. It's a bit like on my main account. I've finished the Slacker farm, the Supreme Leader Kylo farm, but I'm also working on things around the side now. I'm working on the likes of Leia's requirements. I'm working on some Bo-Katan kind of stuff. So, you know, it's... You finish a farm, but you're already thinking of the next one. Yeah, once you get her and like a basic Phoenix 5, then you're in a really good place. You won't get Rex built up, but once Rex is done, they'll you know, when you get on good gear and relics, they are done. And Geonosians will be good for just being a good, especially in GAC, there will be a good team. I mean, we kind of joked a little bit there about Geos maybe getting spanked a bit by Vader, but other than that, they are good. I don't know who to go for here. I think we go for Rain Man, actually, now I think about it, because Rain Man's quite a way away. Yeah, I think if we're talking about like starter teams, I feel like Phoenix and Empire are the two good ones to start with, because they get you so many things to work towards, and they can help you go for other things. So like with Empire, you can get R2. With R2, you can go for Commander Luke Skywalker. Then Commander Luke just opens up a whole other set of options. I mean, if you haven't already, I'd just have a look at what Lords of the Darts has posted in my Discord the last 24 hours. I mean, I think he's on a similar farming path to you, and he's made some good progress already. Although maybe he bought a bundle that you didn't get. That I can't say for sure. Alright, we'll do that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure Dart's to get the Phoenix bundle. Well, actually, I say it, the Phoenix bundle. I'm pretty sure he got the big one. So he got the First Order one and the Phoenix one. So by comparison, he's ahead of you. But because of that, you can also see maybe what he's done. And you can sort of see the path he's taking. Because I think you're on similar paths, just he's a little bit ahead of you now. But that can work in your favour because you've got an idea of... It's like in a relay race, you can see the person ahead of you. You've got a goal to chase. I was really hoping he'd die. Houndstooth's always going to be solid. Hey up, Darts. I've just been talking about you. Just saying how your baby account's coming on. I mean, Houndstooth's... I don't know if anyone would disagree, but I'd say Houndstooth is still the best ship in the game. Like, granted, it's kind of lost the multi-use it once had. You know, like, at one point, it used to be something you throw in any fleet and it'd do something. Whereas now it feels a bit more like, okay, it's got one home, but it does a great job and it's one home. But it doesn't mean it couldn't be multi-use if you needed it. You know, it's still the same ship, it's just we don't use it that way. Imps are definitely one I was thinking of going for. I say that. I talk about my baby account a lot, right? But last year I did start another one very briefly. It was like for a couple of weeks, and I did try and go the imp route there, but it was a little bit awkward. I think the only reason imps are awkward is the fact that you've got so many of them on later nodes, so you can't really just go straight for them. You've got to hold fire a little bit, but they're definitely worth going for. You think Tire Defender's the best? I couldn't disagree as far as... I feel like they've got two different roles. You know, obviously a Houndstooth's such a versatile tank. For that reason, I think I would have to keep it above Defender, because when you think Houndstooth can go in any fleet, whereas Defender, it doesn't do the same thing if it isn't with Empire, in my opinion. It's still a great ship, you know, if it's got Foresight and... what's the taunt buff called? Unending Loyalty? Not Ending Loyalty, whatever the fake taunt move is. It's still going to do a job, it's just not as good. I do like that about Scythe Osprey. Defender kills every fleet though, for sure. That's why I'm only putting it a step below, because again, I know that you might argue that at the top end of the game, Houndstooth is not as relevant in multiple fleets, because obviously it isn't. But it's just that thought process of, just supposing these GL ships weren't a thing, you could probably still put Houndstooth in any fleet, but Defender couldn't go in any fleet. It could go in two fleets, but not any fleet. Maybe at a push Executor, but... Do you see where my logic is? It's not like I'm saying it's a bad ship or anything. You know, like I say, it can take out any fleet. I'm just trying to sort of tier it a little in my mind. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm getting at. You know, I feel like Houndstooth will still have importance all the way through, and it's not like Defender won't. You know, if you get Defender early, it's going to be the same. But I can't help it. I feel like you get more plug and play out of Houndstooth, whereas Defenders... Yeah, Defenders just kind of got two fleets and that's it. Starfighter's actually probably got a bit of versatility as well, because you can't put it in any fleet. The only downside is you don't get as much turn meter gain Oh, hang on, do you? No, you do. I've just remembered. Sorry, I was confusing my uniques there. It's the TIE Fighter unique that does grant TM, but then it's the Executrix that gains TM. Ooh. I can't remember that offhand. Too many kits in this bleeding game. I know there's something in Tarkin's unique that's like, okay, we've got TM gains. Is it the same thing? 50% for Empire. 50% for Empire. You gain 20% damage whenever any ship is destroyed. I knew there was something in this kit about TM. Yeah, I mean 25% is still solid though, isn't it? I mean, like I say, if you put in a Malevolence fleet, you know, it's going to give the droids a head start. Potentially. See, I'm trying to look at the broad spectrum of the game rather than just bracketing it with GP. I can get your point of view by all means. I'm trying to look at the broad spectrum of the game. You know, whether you're picking up the game now or you've been playing it for 7 years, are we on? 7 or 8? Honestly, Ski Trooper, it's probably a bit easy either way, because Twitch, I've got like all my affiliate stuff, so in a way it's nice here, but YouTube, I actually would like more subs on YouTube, if I'm being honest. So either way, any support's appreciated. Yeah, I've actually got how do I phrase it? I've got like all the basic partner features over there now as well, but yeah. Why not both? And mute one? Oh, are we talking about streaming services? Talking about Defender and Houndstooth there app. But yeah, I'm going to say it doesn't make too much of a difference because they're about the same as far as what I use. But yeah, it'd be nice if they were both getting support. Yeah, I don't think it's worth muting one. How I do is, it's like, essentially, YouTube's there for the people who don't go on Twitch, and Twitch is just here because I know a load of people are on Twitch. So it's just a back and forth option to, you know, if someone wants to go on there, I can still interact with them, and we're finding ways to let them interact with us. I haven't played Football Manager in a bit. I could do it, giving it a go again. I clicked it before you said it, Kit. How you doing? Alright, I've got minutes to do this. Yeah. Denos with the raid. Party of 16. Thank you very much, Denos. Face it. You know, I've just realised, right, when I say that, Dan Oz, am I wrong there? More like Dan from Oz? Either way, hello there. It reminds me of my mum. I think I brought this one up before, just in the sense of she saw a sign outside a police station once saying, "What's a police station?" You know, you can read something a million times, and then just that one time you feel like, oh. But yeah, that's not bad then. Alright, let's go there. And Bigsy Boy, get in here. But yeah, we're doing good today. I think I've got some interesting GACs, so that's something. Granted, the free-to-play is trying to avoid a wooden spoon, so we really need to avoid that. But if we can get a 2-1 on the main, we've had a very good season there. Yeah, I can't help it. I think it's just because I always see Kit Eron, even though I could imagine it's Kitheron. It's also making fun of Noah's direct the... Okay, haven't actually seen. I mean, I know the kind of infomercial she's talking about, but I can't say I've actually heard of that one in particular. Maybe it's more Australian. Am I right in thinking Australian, or am I just making that up as well? It's the trouble with you being on before me. I feel like I never get on to see you. Yeah, there we go. I was right there. But yeah, I was going to say, I thought I was imagining things for a second, but go on, have a good night. Well, have a good night's sleep, Dan. All right. I don't know, I'm going for it. Let's go here. You know what, full auto. I don't think we'll win this. We've got about 10 seconds. I saw Izzy wasn't streaming today because he's got a job interview, and I'm like, oh man, good luck. Because obviously with stopping rogue actions, that's been a rough one for him as well. Well, depending on point of view. Hey Tommy, how you doing? Sorry, I was catching up then. Yeah, we've missed payout. Let's just back out of this, might as well leave it. That's a bummer. Good night. Good night, and may the force be with you. I couldn't think what to say then. Felt like I was tucking a kid in. Alright. Just send in some squad arena battles here. I'm going to say Kit will be happy once I show him some Night Sisters. I'm sure we've got plans for him today. Yeah. Did make me laugh though. Kit was saying to me a while ago, I want to see Jedi Merrin. And I'm like, that could be a bit awkward. I've never heard of that connection. I mean, I would have thought it was before the Muppets myself, but I honestly don't know. Hang on. You guys go full auto. Territory battles today, yeah. Territory battles is all PvE, yeah. It will be, I'm going to be brutal drafts. It's a week off for you essentially because we're doing Rise of the Empire, I believe. And yeah, if I recall correctly, I haven't got any relics yet. So it's a little bit awkward for you. Again, I've kind of alluded to it that we might have to find a solution for that, as far as maybe just find a guild in the family that's kind of doing something more at your level, and then you could always come back when maybe you've got a bigger roster. But just say working that out right now, we can at least have you deploy this week. It's only small out, but you will get good rewards from doing it, so it's not like you lose out in this situation. Does it? Oh, okay. I also want to know that. It's an interesting bit of trivia. Oh, that's the thing. When you're deploying, you're still doing something. And I say that because when Crimson's doing TB, and to a degree Tamin, there are things where I can't really contribute much just for the fact that I don't have characters that can do things. So in the end, all I do is deploy. So don't feel down about it. Honestly, even I get stuck at some points. Yeah, that could be a good option, Tommy. I mean, the way I see it, I feel like Fat Kid especially could really help drafts as far as just being that nurturing influence. I smile just for the fact that I'm sure Fat Kid would just hate me for saying that, but honestly, he's a top man. I keep trying to throw Superman vibes towards him because he's had a lot going on in his personal life the last 6, well, I say 6 months, probably a bit longer. And I said it to him not long ago, you know, you're a Superman, are you sort of doing what you're doing kind of thing? And he was like, oh, don't say that, man. And so any chance I get now, I'm just throwing it his way as if to say, you're doing good, man. Plus anything just to make him squirm a teeny weeny bit. By the way, I love how on full auto I smashed that. Oh, okay. I feel like I need a cleanse. Hey, okay, debug. Just doing squad arenas and then we're going to start GAC, so it's been quite a simple start today. How are you doing? Let's do that. And then... yeah, we should be alright. I was thinking then if Vader got a cleanse. I like practicing this just so that if I do have to use it in GAC, I kind of know what I'm doing. I say kind of because knowing me, I still fail. There we go, with 18 seconds to spare. Not cutting it close at all. Alright, how's the energy situation looking? We're a little bit over on Temin and a little on Crimson, so we can crack that. I've got to do some slacker battles as well, so we'll get them done over here. I'm hoping I can get the ult ready for 3v3. Well, I say I'm hoping, I'll be disappointed if I don't get it before 3v3. Yeah, 34 out of 65 here on comeuppance. Not looking too great. Okay, so we'll get some of these in. You're doing well. Had a pretty tough GAC this round, but was able to win by only a couple of banners. Hey, that's solid. I mean, I said the other day I lost on my free-to-play by 4 banners. I mean, obviously 3-2-1 or a draw is worse, but it still felt pretty bad. So, honestly, the couple banner wins, they really feel good. Let's go for seventh sister. And we'll get that. Very good. And it's just these pieces we need. Sadly, nothing I can just grab. Hopefully we can get some Karatet later. But it'd be nice to get one up into Rally, you know, just kick the Inquisitorius off properly. I mean, 5th brother I got to gear 10, is it? Yeah, gear 10 last night, so just waiting on finishing that, although obviously if I do 7th I need to do that. But they're slowly coming together. Hopefully I can get them done the next 2 months, i.e., you know, January, February. Darts, I actually did refund you that the other day just for the fact I didn't do it, so go on, let's have a run at it. We've got GAC offense. I feel like this is a good tab for you to loot through. I was going to say, if you got something in mind, go for it. I see all those ones, and I think I really should put a rally level or 2 on the CLS team. They need it. And it wouldn't hurt these either. Oh man, there's some that just make you feel sad when you see it. Oh, okay, so we're going for Afra. Okay. We can do that over here. I don't think I've done my squads for 10, but we can have a look. Yeah, I thought I didn't use my fleet energy. Yeah, I need to do some proper ones. So, what I'm curious at, did I put Afra as a feat anywhere? I don't think I did. Well, that blows a little bit, so I'll tell you what. Let's start off a GA tab just for a minute. You have 7-day reward pop for you today, just for someone like me. Not too sure what that means, sorry, drafts, again. Sometimes I feel like I'm being dumb. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you want me to call it the bacon slicer. I meant to have bacon this morning, I forgot. Ended up with just having cheese on toast. Oh, we're talking about the Datacron calendar. Yeah, that did pop up for me. I don't think I've actually done much with it. Yeah, I've got that, I guess. Can't do anything with them now, but that's actually not a bad start. Two crit damages. But yeah, free calendar, it's not too bad. I mean, again, it might be a little bit moot for you drafts, but what I'd say is, if you're ever getting these Datacron materials, right, you're going to keep collecting them in a sense because you're not using them, so it'll just keep dusting the cold, and they'll recycle essentially. So even though you can't use them now, as long as you're collecting them, you'll be able to use bits of them in the future. So something to keep in mind. By the way, that's been my little project over here the last day or two, just getting bays up to gear 12 for now, but I will try and take him to Ralix. It's not just for Leia, but just the fact that I saw his Datacron the other day and I was like, you know what, that could be a bit of fun. Let me have a look, what was it? I missed him. Am I imagining it? I could have sworn Baze had got one. Maybe it was Chiruto, I'm thinking. Yeah, it was probably Chirrut. Yeah, Chirrut and Baze gain 10% off offense stacking. That was it. Okay, different ways to answer that, drafts. So with a Datacron, stats is one determining factor. So, for instance, these are the stats I could get on this Datacron set. Make a big screen for you. So I got 2 crit damage, which is good. I'll open this up to the chat as far as what you guys think, but personally myself, deflection is very dirty. I wouldn't personally do that, but I know there'll be a load of people who will. Crit avoidance, I don't mind. Resistance, I don't mind. Potency and tenacity, I don't mind. So the idea is essentially you just want a lot of one stat usually. That way you've got maximum, the maximum amount of it. And as you go further down, the numbers increase. So if you look here, crit damage 10 to 15, there it's 5 to 10. So it just increases the more further down you go. So stats is one way of looking at a cron. But then the other one are the levels. And this is where it gets a little bit awkward because each Datacron set, there's good ones and there's ones. So like, that one's not bad. First time each light side ally reaches 75, 50 and 25% health to grant them protection up for 2 turns. Can't be dispelled or prevented. And on dark side, there's a good one as well. First time each dark side ally reaches 90, 70 or 50% health, inflict doubt on a random enemy that doesn't have it for 2 turns. So that could be good with Darth Malgus or Dr. Aphra. Just 2 that already have doubt. But yeah, there's some other good ones as well. I mean, I think the one that I saw was this. Whenever dark side allies inflict a debuff on an enemy, they deal damage to that enemy equal to 2% of that enemy's max health. So if you deal damage to someone who's got a big max health pool, you're going to deal some decent damage on top of that. And then, essentially, you're then just looking through all the abilities and seeing what works, what isn't. It's a bit hard to just go through it right now, but there are a load of guides online that can break down what's good, what's not. We could actually do a put them on Discord more often. Maybe not a year, but just it's still a way away. And I don't mind explaining a little bit as far. It's alright, my computer froze on. Yeah, I don't mind explaining it just as far as actually explaining why I use them or how other people use them. Right, we've got anything we can do here with second. We can use some med packs. Are we still on Datacrons there? So if you're talking about level 9, essentially level 9 is when you get the character ability. So at level 9 you're also able to re-roll stats. So for instance, if I got the ability max, I could re-roll this accuracy, which I don't want, and try and get crit damage or defense, health protection, etc. So that's the advantage again to level 9, that you're able to tweak the stats, but it's not always worth it. Yeah, when you learn the game more, essentially the crons become more... You have to try... Well, you don't have to, but you benefit from understanding what crons are good and what not. Yeah, only at level 9 can you re-roll stats. I don't think you can do it on the level they're on. I don't... You can do it with level 3 and 6, but I don't think you can do it with the stats. I mean... There's one way to find out. Let's go for one I've actually got stats on. What was this? Potency and resistance. Yeah, so I couldn't re-roll that, you have to fully unlock it. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure there, but I thought, I'll double check. Yeah, I know I'd seen you can't re-roll, but I was thinking, is it a case that you can only do it... If you've passed it, you can't do it, essentially. Which actually would be quite friendly, but... I'm not surprised they don't allow it. Okay, 350, 700, 240, we'll take them all. Alright, time for some slacker ult missions. Just one shy of cap. How many are we on? 3 out of 10. Nearly halfway there. I actually applied a Zeta to Stormtrooper just so that I could rely on that attack out of turn, potentially. I do need to do Sith as well, so I'll try and get onto him next couple of days. The weird thing is I still need to put 2 route levels on these at some point, because otherwise I'm relying on Kylo Ren, the team, plus some random Relic 7 tune I've got. Oh, this for RTE anyway. Yeah, the 2 million data cache is just brutal. I mean, when my set's dust, I do tend to have a lot of data cache anyway, but it's not nice. Hey Uptas, how you doing, man? I've been seeing your like go lives lately. You've had some very interesting matchups, shall we say? I felt very sorry for those poor people who've, assuming that they're legitimately up there by accident. I felt really sorry for them. I hope it's been a bit of fun, though. Let's see. Shall we pop this on Slacker and do a swipe? We haven't got... Let me turn the buffs off a minute. We've got advantage and we haven't got debuff, so I think we just do the AoE. Okay, we did get the assist, but it wasn't the one I wanted. And... okay. A little bit awkward, but we can cope. Alright, down goes one. $1,900, that is just filthy. I mean, I feel bad when I get, let's say, 1,800, I think. Man, I've been efficient today, but wow. Ooh, that was a bit filthy, actually, if we're being honest. Alright, pop that there and swipe. Let's pass that over, and we still need some mastery, so we'll just poke for a minute. Just keep the sides quiet. Well, he's got crit damage up, that's something. Bye-bye hooks. Alright. Now just not to die. Well, that and the slow march to 300 stacks of Siphon. Although if she keeps doing that, that's probably not going to hurt me. That is true. It's more a case I was trying to do the poke the other day and it was drawing a bit of ire in chat. Let's do that and do that for now. Right, 280. I think the reason I kept poking was the fact that I was trying to keep building my stacks up, but I get you. I assume there's well, not a limit as such, but there's a limit to doing it. Alright, we can swipe now. It's a bit of a weird event, isn't it? Just as far as I mean, it's not like you can lose, but it's just such a mess. Which kind of sums Slacker up, if we're being honest. You know, he's not exactly an efficient character. Usually you take him in and everyone dies except for him. Yeah. How I look at it, I do try and prioritize advantage, so I get your point that maybe poking is not getting advantage and therefore you're not critting. But equally, I think that maybe there's a bit of me that keeps forgetting about it when I haven't got the sides. Like when they're there, I'm thinking, right, advantage on the team, but because it's just Slacker, I'm not thinking about it as much, you know, for whatever reason. Put that there for now, and we'll do a swipe. Might as well get rid of the stun. And we'll do a poke. Okay, that's not good. Just feels early. Again, we can't really lose, but still, it feels early. This truly feels like the downside of doing the Lightspeed bundles. Just lack of Zetas and lack of prep time, shall we call it. That sounds like me, Ava. I don't always monitor what I'm saying. I really should. That's how people get cancelled. Let's do that and swipe. You put Fu in there. I could understand the idea of trying to get someone else in to give Slacker a turn. I can see the benefit. Honestly, Estelle, it's not that bad. Go on, we'll do that. We're at 180, so we've still got a bit of a way to go. Got no idea, drafts. The packs are definitely random. It's whenever the developers decide to put them out there. Yeah, I know I've been doing double tank for a long time with First Order, but I think that comes down from doing mirrors. With mirrors not being a bigger thing now, I can understand the idea of Fu being in there. Alright, quite a lot quicker that. Yeah, I mean, if you got Seer Malakos, that makes complete sense. Now, you see, I thought First Order Officer made the JKR counter a lot more difficult, and we're assuming JKR. I'm assuming they're JKR without Calcastus. Well, we're halfway there. A little bit frustrating because I've already bought 2 of the shipments. Oh, you know, like one last week, one this week, so it feels like it's just taking forever to get it. I'm not saying that, it's more a case of Fu is another way of passing a turn to Slacker. So essentially, again, this is how I would be thinking about it. If Fu can pass a turn to Slacker, then it's more chance for Slacker to put damage on your team, whereas if it's just a tank, it's not going to do as much. Unless, like, Fost gets an assist or something for Slacker, which is RNG. I mean, true. I remember this last night. Go on, let's wrap that one up. See, Kit, I told you there'd be some Night Sister action. Go on, we'll put 6 or 7 in. Could do just burning a bit of that mod energy as well. I don't think there's any bundles in the shop right now worth going for. I haven't really seen anything in particular. The only one that caught my eye was Zori Bliss, but that's literally for me because I'm not that far off. Well, I say not far off. I'm further off than I realised, but I thought maybe it could bridge the gap, but honestly it's not worth the price. At least for prudent spenders. Yeah, I know what you mean, Ket. That's the other reason as well, Osprey, for sure. I mean, it's not exactly as hard as it was a couple of weeks ago. I think in my head, the only reason I won't say considering it, but I'd looked at it, was the fact you got 5 Omicron mats in there. It's like, it's not great, but it's better than a kick up the arse. And you did call it before, Osprey, about Conquest. Yay. I have, I've said already I walked my dog earlier, and it's partly because of that. I thought if I take her now, or then, it just means I know I've got time this evening to start that. Yeah, they aren't nice to see them. Wampa in particular doesn't need speed, at least for when we're talking about GAC. I wouldn't really say outside of GAC either, but yeah, with... I won't say I'm not surprised, Kit. You're not a Darth Bane fan, I take it. Yeah, if you like my Wampa, I've said it already, Wampa needs some relics. I feel like I've been saying that for eons at this point. You want, as Ada says, you want health. So mine is really garbanzo on this account. And the mods need improving, apparently. But yeah, that's why I'm off. I need 100k health, ideally. So that's the goal. To compensate, I do put tenacity on, that way I can still beat Aiden. But yeah, the health pool's the important one. At least for doing some other teams besides Aiden. I don't know why you don't try the route I did on Crimson Kiss and just go for box 5. It's not as intense. You know, I kind of just got box 5 without putting too much effort in. And just say what a bad roll that was. I mean, I'm rolling this purely for the other stats. I know that that is terrible to take to 6, but man, this is so spread out. It's horrendous. I mean, I know we don't need speed on one prompt. This more if I could move the mod to someone else. But man, oh man. Ugh. Okay, sorry, that was just me trying to improve that number, which I have actually. I mean, 73,000 is certainly a lot better. I'm curious again what you mean. Are you talking about you aren't able to roll the mod? Essentially, you might need to farm the materials. Yeah, to be fair, Osprey, that could definitely go in the garbage pile. My Merrin mods probably still need work. I mean, I don't think they're horrendous, but I mean, I've really tried to make sure she hasn't got speed, but there's probably a bit of incidental speed there. What did I say? I swear I modded her for not have speed. Yeah, it certainly makes me look like an arse when I'm saying that. I must have, because I have remodded in the past week, so I must have just taken my eye off Merrin and she got speed again. Oh, okay. Good to know. Don't do that. You wonder how fast is she when you mod for speed? She's as fast as she is if you have no speed, so yeah, it's like literally wasting mods doing that. You're probably going to need to farm some different types of mods then, Drafts. If you can only do crit chance and offense, try and farm the challenges for the other types of mods. Alright, so recap of the last round. We won against Broncos LA. I'm trying to remember how this one went. Oh yeah, it was this guy who attacked when we were on stream. He actually cleared Ray down south, but didn't do anything else. So I assume he was just a one and done. Although I'm saying that, did he attack Jabba? I think he might have attacked Jabba and given up. Yeah, he attacked Jabba and gave up, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I'm going to say, I keep saying it probably is you in disguise. You're probably just sort of giving me this weird buy that I don't know about. Alright, so we're up against Minicam. Yeah, I mean, we're up for the championship. I think, actually, I might be mistaken. I think we're actually having a really good season here. Because we went 3-0 first week, we went 2-1 last week, so we could be on for a 8-1, an 8-1 season, which would be fantastic. So, it'd be fantastic, but equally, I fear for Temin if ever I go on a win streak like that, because the only way is down. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. So here's Temin. So, GP difference is a bit 1.7 behind. We're 58 Zetas behind. We're 7 Omicrons behind. 75 total Relics behind. 79 rather 5 pluses behind. So, yeah, very poor start here. We have got Datacron advantage, which is pretty good. 6 top mods, we've got a massive gap. 589, I mean, that is just bonkers how far behind I am. 15 speeds as well, I'm not doing good. I mean, I'm 210 behind, that is not a small gap. But I'm ahead on the 20s and the 25s, even if it's by double-digit scores rather than triple digits like this fella is. So, very interesting, very interesting. To me, it reads that they do put effort into mods, but it's a weird kind of effort as far as, you know, they're not getting good mods, but they are getting mods. But that's the only way I can look at that. It's an interesting way of getting mods. As far as what they have got everything. So, I'll be honest, there's a little difference in my defense today. And that is shown in ships as well. They have got Leviathan, so it's pretty much equal measures for fleet. Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise that they've just gone mod crazy. Okay, no surprise on that score. Finzori no holds, Sorty no holds, Atbar. I would have been amazed if it had held. And Mon Mothma no holds. I need a replacement for that soon, but I just can't really think what we do with it. Although saying that, Lando's Kron could be quite nice though. Did we get the JJ special? We've got Ray here, we've got Tuscans, Dash, and Sana, no holds as again. Are we talking about my opponent there, putting everything on defense? Because it's certainly looking possible. Batwall, Slacker, Seer, and Phasma. I want that Cal Kestis event to come around fast so I can start working on these 3. And Malikos. But, yeah. I mean, with the score, you'd expect them to get full clear. Ooh, they did trip up on Negotiator, so we will take that. That is a little in we've got. I say a little in because we've got this big massive problem of 4 GLs visible. I'm trying to remember what I was predicting that I have. You're waiting for the JK GenNet Cal event as well, Nash. I'll be honest, it's really frustrating how long it's taking. I mean, I get that there's a wait, but then when you see Bo-Katan come back so fast, it's like, really? Really? Okay, we've got Trench on defense. We've got Lord Vader. We've got Rey. And we've got Mon Mothma. Okay, so far, as expected. We will definitely take that. I really need to give Arden an Omicron next because it just means I've got a clean counter for that Mon Mothma. Okay, we were expecting... Ooh, we weren't expecting gas actually, so that's interesting. We've got Leia, as expected. We've got JMK. That was not expected. And there's Malgus. Okay, so we were expecting Phoenix and Jabba, so they've altered things based on the meta, so I respect it. Okay, so let's just bring this over. They released Bo too early, to be fair, so they kind of had to re-release her. See, they didn't really release her too early. They've done it in the past where they essentially have 2 requirements blocked behind shipments, or worse still, they're still in packs. It's not unprecedented. Where's CLS? Why is CLS not listed here? I always use him. I'm just wary in case I'm adding him and he's already required somewhere, but I can't see his face. Strange. Yeah, I imagine it's essentially the speed bump, isn't it? It's half the reason I've modded Cap to be a little bit slower, but healthier. Because the bounty hunter snipe isn't really seen now. I haven't actually heard that they said that. Because usually they do release events, well, I say usually, they have started releasing events very shortly after a marquee has come out, essentially saying, right, the big spenders can get the character early, and then we'll re-release it when people have had a chance to farm it. That's how I understand it, anyway. Oh, is it for the damage output? Fair enough. So I don't think this is wrong as far as like a bare basics plan. We've got Jabba for Leia. We've got Gas for Malgus. JML now is for JMK. CLS for Gas. Starkiller for Rey. I've put down Grand Inquisitor for Mon Mothma just purely because I couldn't really think what else to use there, but we'll see when we get there. I've put Hera down for Trench, although that could change as well. Fennec for the Bounty Hunters, that's probably a 2-shot we're going to need. Night Sisters versus GG, that should be alright. Malgus against Bam, but honestly that could move. I mean, we might end up doing something else with something where Malgus can move. And Adra against Tusken, so that's not too bad either. So, a few fairly straightforward battles there on paper. But we've got to make sure we don't drop, because this guy didn't really give us an in. We've got a little room to maneuver if we need to, based on his fleet drops, but that's about it. So, let's start with the nasty one, shall we? I feel like JMK's had a bit of talk in the chat, so let's just go for it. What's got the best protection? That should be fine. I mean, it's a 10% drop off, plus we don't get a level 3 light side. So, I think that's alright. Plus there's a bit of a defense bump, so let's just see what we're looking at. 185k protection. Armor's up to 72, which it's not really a big bump, but it's there if we needed it. Alright, what speed are we looking at with JMK? 556, and is it plus 40? Plus 30. So 586. Ah, okay, that actually does make a lot more sense, Kit. I hadn't really thought about it that way. Alright. Well, we're not worrying about bounty hunters anyway, so let's just get in with this. So we will try and get the ability blocks out. Didn't get as many as we wanted. So let's just start farming this ability, I guess. Swap with Luke so we can get the stun, just so they aren't taking turns constantly. Let's pass to Hoda. Pass to Raven. That's Saviour triggered. Well, Saviour. Let's mark Kitty Cat. Let's just hand wave over there. I need the turn meter tracker. Put that on JKR. It really irritates me how he does a short ult in this battle. It's as if he knows that it's the way to sort of get around me a little bit. I find it so irritating. It's like they coded it in deliberately for this battle. There we go, cat gone. Right, ult we go. Let's get some foresight just to try and disturb him a little bit, and let's just go for JMK. It is where I do laugh in a way. It's, you get comments every now and again on Twitch saying, oh, JMK is not good anymore. And I'm like, I think this is the one team that regularly pulls out a Galactic Legend for me to counter. Like, maybe... I'm actually trying to think. Ray, I use Starkiller. Slacker from time to time, I'll use JKR, JKL. C... Trying to think what I used to counter. Oh, the thing is, we don't often see C, do we? So it's a bit irregular. I'll have to counter it. JML, maybe Starkiller even. So you know, there's like all these off-meta counters, and like JMK, I'm still using a GL to take down. It's quite interesting, really. Yeah, I think that's it. He isn't the best, and I think that's fair. You know, he shouldn't be the best after how long he's been out, but it's just that kind of, oh, he's not good now, and I'm like, well, he has been out a while. Did you try Pew? Do you mean going pure? Yeah, Raver does do it. That is one fair thing. I haven't got Raver, so maybe that's why I just kind of look away from that. Raver doesn't exist until I have to face her. Okay, let's get CLS out. We don't really need anything here, I don't think. A little bit of defense and protection, but we should still be able to chew through it. Your A team often beats Gucci Palpatine. That's pretty good. I mean, when you think Rey's countered by Gucci Palpatine, that's not bad. I'm curious if I should have gone for 5s first. Well, a bit of a weird time to loot, but yeah, he's only Relic 7, we're fine. Alright, a stun would have been nice there, so that was not a great turn of events. Good. They get a few more turns. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, we lose Horn. Not good. Let's try and get Echo out, and then AoE. Hopefully that's enough to get Echo out. Stuns, lovely. Just increase, or get confusion on gas. Bye-bye. Alright, so definitely not clean, but we did get through. Reign C is all about which player controls for who wins. Yeah, I can believe that. Essentially, the AI is a bit thick. You did beat 2 6-mil GP players and the other two. Very nice. I think we keep saying, don't we? If you can punch up, it really does feel like a little ego boost. You know, nice type. Yeah, you gotta be thankful when they pretty much volunteer to get stunned. Let's have a quick look at Malgus. Thanks, Tommy. I've put it in because when I've been doing these evening streams, I figured it was good just to let people know, oh yeah, it's getting close to midnight my time. You know, I might be just getting a little quieter at this point, you know, not waking the streets up. Alright, so shall we say we might take a turn by the 30-second point? Oh, you think you lost your last round? That's a bit unfortunate. Well, if I read right, you thought you'd won it. It's almost 10 AM, wow. So I'm trying to do the numbers there, so that's, I'm guessing America? Alright, if I take my eye off chat a minute, it's just because I've got to keep an eye on this battle. And that was not good. Yeah, we're going to get feared here. Oop. Right, bye-bye sexy Raxi. Right, Bastila down, that's something. I'm going to get sucked. Just stand strong, Ark. Stand strong. Alright, this is too much. In short, it's too much. We got a crit at least in there. If we can keep critting, we might be alright, but we just need to keep critting. I feel like I've got to go for Revan because Revan will put fear on me. Crit, come on, there we go. Damn it! I didn't time that well. I shouldn't have gone for Malik, I should have gone for I shouldn't have gone for Malgus, I should have gone for Malik. That was a misplay, I'll hold my hands up, I'm not even trying to defend that. Okay. Clean up. Need something ideally with a perma kill. Mango's not too bad as far as you know, the last one to get over the line. I haven't got a plan for Mull. Right. Quick show of hands, can this win or not? Nash is saying no. We got another no from GMD. I need bounty hunters for Lord Vader. Alright, so if we're talking about other options, how about Phoenix? We haven't got Rex Army and he's only gear 12. But we can apply Armor Shred with Sabine. Okay. Malgus is a flex option on offense, but I don't want to burn it yet. If I can avoid it, I don't want to burn it. What about Inquisitors? And when I say Inquisitors, I mean Grand Inquisitor. Mwampa's Rally 3 and not great, as we saw before. He's 63k health, I think, right now. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to try that, I'll be honest. I think Malgus would just eat him. The only reason I'm looking at this is that we have got Torture with Grand Inquisitor, which should help whittle them down a little bit. And we've got Armor Shred from 8th. Okay. Well, I haven't got the right mod sets here, but okay. JKL's been used with JML. And my mace is gear 11. Okay, so we're saying no with the Inquisitors, at least based on what I can see. You see, I don't waste an entire Malgus team on this. What happens if I did something not entirely Malgus then? Or entirely Sith Empire? Like, I've got the Sith Empire faction here. What if I did... Hang on, I've got to work this out. We obviously want the Sith Empire, but we can put Talon in. We'll put Sith Assassin here. That would leave... That only leaves a few there. You're fighting up in relics? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I can't say I particularly like the idea of this. The bottom line is I'm a little stuck. I'm just running out of options. I mean, I need Bam, so I can't try, say, Whistling Birds. I need Afra, because I'm sure he's going to put... Well, not sure, but there's a good chance he might put Jabber on the back wall. That's my fear. If Afra's on... Sorry, if Jabber's on the back wall, I need Afra. I know Jabber's, like, not a common thing because of the Decron right now, but you never know. It might be one of them things where you're like... Something could happen there. Lord Huncho, hello there. Yeah, Treya and Niles are just not built up here. Between my two accounts, it's a stark contrast. Well, hang on, sorry, I've just realised you can't see clearly, can you? Sorry, I've had me teams on screen. Yeah, I just don't see that. Alright, for argument's sake, okay, fair enough. We got Set and we got... I could maybe put Talon in. I've got what? He's squishy, but I've got him. You were thinking if you go Treya, Niles, Set, Talon, and one more tank. Tank tech on Scion. Isn't that essentially like offering him to die? I mean, Gear 11, it's like, yeah, he ain't lasting long. Unless the whole point is that we want him to die so that he gets stuck on Set. But I haven't got the Omicron on Treya. Throne could be an option. But yeah, I kind of get what you're thinking there, Rufader, but that's just... Yeah. We've got GBA, I think. Yeah, we got GBA. I mean, then we got two pre-taunts, so you could arguably... Yeah, I was going to say we could probably throw in Thrawn, but U4, I don't know. Because Watt could die very quickly. Actually, saying that, maybe not, because there's two AoE, no AoEs in that lot. Remind me, we isolate Malgus, don't we? I've done this battle before and I've lost because I've isolated the wrong one. We isolate... We don't need the isolate. Yeah. I think that's what I've done in the past. I've isolated the wrong one and then doubt has gone everywhere. Essentially, it's a way of trying to cheese Malgus at Jordan. I mean, I'm grateful I don't need the Geos because I can afford that. Okay. Are we thinking Thrawn, Fracture on Malgus? I mean, I can play the battle slow anyway, but just making sure we get this right. Kick Malgus. So, essentially, we're not worrying about Malak. Royal Guard's gear 6 or 7 or 8. He ain't doing anything. And besides, I've only got ebb and flow on Thrawn. I mean, honestly, I couldn't say, but I just don't think Thrawn's the answer either. At least without the leadership Zeta. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with the Fracture. I'm certainly not disagreeing with that point. But what I'd have thought is... I see. You're talking about the maneuverability. Right. Okay, I can buy into that. Okay. I mean, that is definitely the bottom line. We don't... If we get doubt, we don't dispel it. So this could be very fun. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. I'm not going to say I'm doubting this, but I'm... It definitely is a Frankenstein team if I've seen one. Let's go for it. I can understand all your logic. I'm trying to take as much of it in as I can. Okay, so Malak goes... Apparently, Malgus thought he'd take 2 turns. Fair enough. Okay. I'm just weighing up here because obviously we can't get to Malgus this turn. Yeah, who are we going to swap with? Because I'm looking at the debuff there. Isolate Malak, Fracture Malgus. Okay. We'll do that. And then Fracture. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to play this as slow as I can without, you know, being at risk of losing the battle. But I'm trying to give anyone a chance to chip in if they feel the need to. Stop hitting Malak. Okay. Who's got the most turn meter? No one's really got turn meter. Let's pass it over there, Emin. Alright, Doubt's on the board. That doesn't... Yeah, it's only Geonosian allies. Actually, if they get set now, it's actually, no, we're alright, we're alright. Oh no, now we've got doubt. Yeah, this ain't looking good. Yeah, this is not looking good. Alright, fracture. I was hoping to get the cooldown. Alright, never mind. Everyone's picking feared. Or got doubt. I need Niles to take a turn. Yeah. Alright. Frankenstein didn't work. I mean, the positive, if you want to call it that, out of that is we're not actually saying that. Can I just count that? We're 2 drops here, aren't we? Sorry, I'm just trying to do the drop battle calculation. We get 10, so we just dropped another 10 essentially. So we can only get about 30 banners if we clear it. Yeah, I don't think we can catch up now. I mean, I'll keep going for a bit, but I think now, like you say, yeah, we've got to be perfect. Alright, so let's just go in with this for a minute. I knew I needed this, so I figured it was better used on offense than defense. Especially with them having Aphra. Yeah, I know that just felt rough. Not necessarily set, but just the entire battle. Alright, let's do that. It didn't really feel like I was in control, and I think, it just comes down to relics. Or I need relics, I should say. I mean, I talk about projects for the year, and the Triumvirate have got to be one this year. I mean, they have improved. In that, Cyan and Niles weren't even Gear 11, say 3 months ago. But yeah, it's still a long way from being usable. Oh yeah, for sure. I can completely believe that. Well, there's one thing at least. Jabba makes Lair with Drogon Kron manageable. And it's the last time I'm going to have to face it, so we'll take that. I kind of want to just slam Lair a bit here, but I know it doesn't make sense strategically. Who goes? Wow. I think it would have been a better question to say who doesn't go. Okay, let's just throw that. She'll be down in a minute. Just gotta take her detonators off herself. Really, Leia? You're hitting yourself now? Come on. 63. GAC's going interestingly. Drafts. We gotta beat this. I think we're going to try the mirror. And like I said, I would like to not use a full team. You know, I'd like to just use something a little more... But saying that, I've just thrown away Set, haven't I? So I can't. Go on, let's just use a full team. Let's just murder it. I kind of know what you mean as far as JKR is not often seen on defense, so it's like, what am I doing here? I can get it from that point of view. And just to be clear, I'm not saying this is easy, but if we can get down to just Malgus, maybe we can clean it up. I've got Zori's ship unlocked, yeah. She's... I think she's 4-star on both right now, off the top of my head. I need Mallet to start sucking. We need healing immunity. Oh, didn't mean that, but we'll take it. Ah, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. I keep saying it. There's so many kits in the game right now, I forget half of them. Even though I do try to remember half of them. Well, more than half. Right, let's just try and keep fear on them. I mean, I said it before, if we can get Malik out, that might be something as far as we can then try and do something with Malgus, but even then we're still losing. It's wrecking me I haven't got Malik's Drain on. Wow, that was a weird heal. Exactly, it's not a fun mirror to try this at all. I mean, I go back to it, I'm trying to get 3 stacks so at the very least I can get healing immunity on Malgus. Malik, not Malgus. Another annoying thing about the two of them being here. Okay, 1 turn until that's available. Ooh, Neely as well. There we go, right. I'm actually just going like full auto. Hopefully the AI can do something within that time. Yeah, fingers crossed that Sith Assassin can maybe get under protection. I'm not anticipating much here. I'm trying to think what could potentially clean it up. Oh, that was a wet noodle hit if I ever saw one. We got a minute. Maybe I'll be surprised. Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think that Rufada. Ooh, hang on. Come on. Hey, alright. Although it's pretty bonkers that it took a full Sith Empire team to actually take that out. Alright. Was it wrong to be saving Afra? It was. Alright. I honestly thought he put Jabba on the back to be tricksy with me. Okay, so we live and learn. You think Radis will be usable with Zori's ship? I honestly don't know, if I'm being honest, Jordan. It's going to be more usable than it is now, let's phrase it that way. I mean, yeah, it's a bit too early to say, because I haven't seen anything like from Arnold, so I haven't seen any footage of it, so I can only speculate, and I've got no idea. But I go back to it, I'd like to think it's going to be an improvement in whichever way it goes. It isn't a huge improvement. I mean, if that's the case, that is a bummer. Oh man, say, oh, I'm saying that's dark side. Go on, we'll use that. But yeah, it's a shame if it isn't an improvement. I mean, they keep trying to improve the fleet and it's just not happening, if so. I mean, to be fair, you should actually be working on Zori anyway. You know what I mean? She's worth it without a ship. Hey up, Sopper, how you doing, man? I was going to say, Rad, do you fancy taking a turn? Alright, so we've just got to wait for Rad to take a turn and not get stunned. If they could keep going for K2, that'd actually be kind of nice. Oh, Jen. There we go. Yeah, Jin's really tanked this. I did use this counter in TW, I think, the other day. It was pretty fun using it. Although the Tuscans are doing great with the Datacron. It's just funny seeing, as you say, Tuscan Chieftain just drinking and things die. Alright, I get stunned there. Oh, I thought I'd get stunned. Okay. Yeah, can we take that turn meter away? Thank you. I know I need to be getting to Chieftain. It just looks funny, doesn't it? Oh, come on, we need to punch through this guy. He's really being annoying. There we go, ability blocks. We've got debuffs. He's going to get to 10 stacks of momentum in a minute. I can see that there, so we're going to just try and hit it. God, he consumed it. There we go, Daze. That can't hurt us. Pass that to Rad. And say Aurora's just been a pain. God, that healing is horrid. Come on, be gone. That's it. Full auto on Chieftain. All we can do is sip. Sip and point. This is the thing, Adrad is good. This is a solid counter. It's just that it can get very messy by all accounts. It's where I'd say don't sleep on the Tuscans. Yeah, I do feel like Chieftain should retreat. I mean, I kind of get that he can do something, but he's not really... He's never going to hurt us now, so it's like, come on, just die, man. Like, I don't want to be taking something in to clean this up. Yeah, I mean, this... I wouldn't say it's lost as the GAC, because I feel like the Malgus match was definitely the worst, but it certainly hasn't helped us. Alright, well, that's definitely the round over. So, let's just send something in, I guess. It was supposed to, yeah. You know, that's just occurred to me. Tuscans can counter Bad Batch, can't they? So if I just taken in something that is hard countered by Chieftain. Like, I still feel like we should be alright, but it doesn't feel good if, like, it's got anti-Bad Batch in it. Yeah, Omega will come to the rescue. There he goes, sipping these Jawa juice. Jawa juice. There we go, 41. Alright, I'm rebooting the game for the simple fact it's going to have that sound effect. That's why I don't like using Bad Batch. I could believe that, Sopper. So yeah, I don't think we can win this. The guy didn't drop on tunes, he only dropped on ships. He dropped 3 battles on Negotiate. Well, he took 3 battles on Negotiator. And it's taken me 3 to get through Malgus plus 2 on Tuscans. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to recover that. I'll carry on. We'll see if we can get the full clear just for giggles, but... yeah. Bit of a shame to not win the title on this, if I'm being frank. Because I feel like we've got the tools, it's just gas let me down. Right, I'm doing this as much as anything for Kit. I hope so. Although, I don't know who Frank is. Okay, let's do that. Enough people are frank with me. Let's go for Magna with this. Yeah, there's the AoE. Bring them back. There they go again. Can we get stun? Nope. And we need a buff dispel. That was well timed. Alright, bye bye Sarge apparently. Alright, Dak. Have that. You took Tryon against Dreadnought Raven. That used to be a solid counter, so it should have worked. I was looking at that and I'm thinking, please don't say we didn't get a Sarge back. Let's see how well she does, eh? I saw crit damage on the low end. This is Kyber 2, Nicholas. Not much difference, really. I mean, we'll go for the extra crit damage. Was that Treya on me before? No, it wasn't. Oh, sorry, you're talking about... yeah, sorry, I'm keeping up with chat here. Yeah, we're having a bit of fun. I mean, we have lost this round, but we'll keep going. I go back to it. I'm curious how well they cope here. Or how well Nest copes. Yeah, JKR's a bit thick in that regard, isn't he? Do I actually take a turn here? If so, I'm actually pleased for the Ewoks. It finally got a way of countering Nest. Even if it's not necessarily countering it, but not letting us solo them. I mean, I'll take this as a learning experience. I knew that there was anti-Nest stuff in Nisa's kit, but it's fun seeing it in action. I'm kind of pleased for him, like I say. Saying that, as much as anything, it's the Terminator gains that are doing me. Yeah, I mean, just because we got time. Let me just see, what is the tenacity on my Nest? My Nest has got 140. The only thing going against her, arguably, is the Rally 3. Will she be able to ramp up damage? Well, I say ramp up damage. Will she be able to take enough turns to deal damage as well? is, they're gaining so many buffs that she should actually have the damage. Just can she do anything with it? This is the thing, right? When you know you've lost a round, you might as well just have a goof around with stuff like this. Yeah, I'm actually inclined to agree there. I think full auto is going to screw it a bit. At least there isn't Alda, so there's no revives. Yeah, when you got instant TM reduction like that from low grade. Alright, I think that's enough, otherwise it's just going to keep going and going and going. If I thought I could get one of them out, I would have carried on, but that last low grade TM reduction was a real killer. Just 1 second. There we go, my light should be more balanced. What can we do? Let's just blow him away for embarrassing me like that. You know, I can't help but wonder if there's going to be some more additions to the, Really? No, Murder Bears, I'm proud of you. Wow. I will actually give them props, that was pretty good. I mean, they're getting candy out, that killed it. Yeah, I'll give them props. That was, yeah, I will say that they put me in my place there with that. You know me, I love my Ewoks, so I'm not going to actually complain there. I didn't check speeds, but I'm assuming there's some speed on them. 275. I'm pretty sure I've got some speed on Maul, so they shouldn't have been a complete slouch. Honestly, Estelle, assuming, depending on GP size and all that, JM will have room. 244, that's pretty fast. I mean, 275 is mine on my free-to-play, so it's not far off it. Yeah. I'm goofing around too much here, aren't I? Yeah, that was absurd. I was kind of hoping for more from Biggs there, if I'm being honest. Okay. All right. I've kind of got bored of this now. If I'm being honest, I've kind of got bored. So you know what? We'll send off Afra with a bit of fun. I'll even give them the Cron just to GG them, as it were. They can have a look on their history and say, all right, that's what you used to overkill it. I should have done that for giggles. No, Aranya, I'm not. I'm going to say we're deep in no-win land. Okay. Well, our Lucas style, you know what I was saying earlier to drafts? That applies to you as far as if your mates, how do I phrase it? If they're willing to put the time in and learn, we're more than happy to have them. It's more a case of not wanting people who are just trying to get free rewards, essentially. Yeah, I'm going to say I tripped up on Malgus and it's just gone downhill from there, so I'm calling it there. I mean, we could still do work on with Starkiller and Bounty Hunters, but mathematically we can't win, so let's just call it. Oh, I've not loaded in. I say, come on. I wouldn't say choked. By that point, I'd already lost, so I was goofing around. Oh, wow, I've just realised my mic is all the way down here. My mic arm must have dropped. I'm surprised you haven't been hearing me belly rumble. Yeah, Gas versus Malgus. I mean, to be fair, I did need to do that matchup. I didn't really have a better alternative, but this is where I keep going on about Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. If he can come out, then I have got an option there. Granted, that would still leave me short for JML versus JMK, but in principle, it's another counter that's more reliable. I'm thinking I might need to remod Gas a little bit, maybe put different mods on him. I don't know. I mean, it's why I checked Malgus before the battle as well. I was thinking if he's got Crit Avoid, then I know I'm in trouble. I don't know. It's like I say, it's a sketch battle anyway, so it's not... Like, I wouldn't even think about doing it in 5v5 unless it's weak sides by Malgus. So, yeah, it's just been a bit of bad luck in that regard. I could do putting some work into Mace on my main as well. Not, you know, not for even for JMK, which I would like to go for down the line, but just for the fact that Mace is just such a great tank to have. Not having him usable is just so rough. You know, if I took him in against Malgus, he'd get one shot. But then again, though, we've seen all these other things I need to work on there. I need to get my Imps up, I need to get my Triumvirate up. There's just so many little projects I need to catch up on, whilst also trying to keep up with all the new content. That is the challenge of the game. So, the Imps aren't great, but they are important for the raid. That's my thought process. I'm working on Iden, I'm working on a few Imps like her that will either do good in the raid or they'll work well with something I'm working on, you know what I mean? It's like if they work with Iden, fair enough, they work with Veers, fair enough. Exactly, they're important. But, I think they'll always have relevance. You know, like I say, you're talking about metas. You don't not farm something because of a meta. Yeah, and there's the Defender as well, for sure. That's part of the reason I won't go for it on my main, actually, because it would mean that I don't have to rely on Profundity for Leviathan. I could then use Profundity against, arguably, Executor, which is something I would prefer to be doing a bit more. And then, yeah, at worst I might have to use Prof against Leviathan and do Defender against Profundity and then try and finalise a Executor. Right, interesting. Because we were talking earlier about I haven't heard anything about comeuppance, and yeah, quite interesting that it's getting close. Well, it can do exact. Okay, so I did bring it up before. We're on a wooden spoon here, and if you were here for the last round, you know why. It was not a good defense to face. We essentially saw what they put down, and it was mathematically impossible. Well, maybe not mathematically impossible, but it was quite literally impossible for me to win. They've got too much down that I could not beat. So, yeah, you can see there the 3/4 to play safe. Yeah, I couldn't have even 3/4'd. So, I just took my 11 banners and ran for that. So we're hoping in this final round we at least get to fight a little bit more. So let's do the compare against Mulo. So yeah, we're 1.5 million GP behind, so again, no advantages here. 62 Zetas behind, 2 Omicrons behind, 40 total Relics behind, and 42 Relic 5 Pluses behind. So not too great. Decrons, we've got an advantage, so we'll take it. We are behind on the 6.mod score, but the actual mods themselves we're looking better at. So no complaints there, we're looking in good shape. When it comes to Galactic Legends, like the last opponent, they've got them all, so yay! And finally, they have got Leviathan, I do not. So there's a theme here. I actually put in my fleet chat shard the other day about the fact that I've actually got Trench at Relic 5 now. And speak of the devil, I've changed my defense again. We've got a balls to the wall Trench team on defense. That could be an horrendous idea, but we'll find out. We've got Slacker on defense. That could be a bad idea. We'll soon find out. We've got FOTP Army, and we've got Qui-Gon. And then here we've got Finzori, Bam, Ray, and Malgus. Let me shut this one down because it's not doing anything now, and let me bring this one over. So this is what we were expecting. Top all we're expecting Malgus, Adrad, Sorty, RJT, and South wall we're expecting Bounty Hunters, Qui-Gon, Dabba Boba, and Lord Vader. So let's see how accurate that is. Sure, I'll pop it on in a sec. So we've got Bounty Hunters here, which was not where it was expected. We've got Malgus, Starkiller, does fit the racks, and we've got Lord Vader. The Finn team, just to answer you, was... Hang on. Sorry, I thought it was the bottom. Finn, Poe, Resistance Trooper, Rose, and Zori. And I've said it before, I've modded my Zori fast to compensate for the fact that Hero Finn isn't in the team. Yeah, and Rose Holmie's got a nice little bit of extra offense. South wall, we've got Qui-Gon. Not a good Qui-Gon, so we'll take that. Got Tuskens, no Omicron. Oh, sorry, Datacron, I should say. We've got Leia. Booze in the chat, please. And we got Rey. So yeah, this is different to what we were expecting. So it's no Sorty. I don't think there was a Rey. Yeah, we really need to shuffle this around because it feels like they have. Yeah, Starkiller's right there. No Adrad. No Slacker. Alright, so up there it was Bosk. So we'll delete the Bosk here as well. Here it's Tuskens, Leia, and Rey. So we know that won't be at the back. We know Trench and... Well, the Tuskens won't be back there. Okay. Alright, this is a bit of a mess then, because they've pretty much shifted their entire defense around. Okay, so we can do JMK against Lord Vader still. Starkill is a bit awkward because we've lost Newt, but maybe we can do BB-8. I had thought of doing Ewoks on the Bounty Hunters. We'll have to check we can still do it speed-wise. But yeah, it's getting a bit messy at this point because Leia. We can do Starkiller on Rey. We've got Adrad for Tuscans. Maybe we can do Sif Eternal and Treya on Leia and move Slacker up there. And as a backup, we do have Gas. Oh no, Gas has been used on Qui-Gon. Okay. It's a plan. I'll let you guys decide if it's a good plan or not. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys more agency than I actually implied there. Let's do a prediction. So we're starting this from now, essentially. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to vote. How many JAC battles will I drop on Crimson? It won't say that in the question, but that is what we're asking. So 0 to 4 or 4 plus? Yeah, the fact it isn't Toxic Layer should help. And it's not Tusken Kron, so that should be helpful. It's not even a good Qui-Gon, so we could probably take in something smaller than that. Like, maybe we could do JKR against it. Or Imps. Alright, so predictions up for another minute and 10 seconds, I think, give or take. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to run an ad break whilst we're waiting. Toxic Layer makes you grin. Last TWR arrival set 1 on top wall, and we block the wall off out of worry you'll be stuck on it. Yes.comp it was, they say toxic, you grin and say give me 5 minutes, you one-shot it in 2 minutes. What were you using to take that out of curiosity? I mean, I'm trying to think what you've got in your roster more precisely. Okay, Kylo did it. Fair enough. I'm surprised that mods can't actually participate in this, if I'm being honest. If anything, it just gave me a chance to run a quick ad break, get that out of the way. Yeah, I would have been surprised if mods could vote and choose the outcome. I feel like that'd be a little bit broken. Okay, submission's closed, so okie dokie. Let's see then. Shall we start with Leia? Get the nasty one out of the way. I've just realised Slacker's on defense, so we can't do that there. So we're probably going to have to do Gas. Not at all awkward after earlier. Yeah, I don't think we've got a cleaner counter available. Well, if I've got Treya as an option somewhere, I guess. Well, no, Treya's being used here, do we? Alright, it could get very messy then. Let's see how we get on. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want health. 15%, 20%. That could be kind of nice, though. Go on, we'll go with that. You know, I was thinking about it the other day in terms of Conquest, and one thing they could do that would alleviate the problem that I have with it. And it's that it's pretty simple in that it feels like they keep trying to make it harder. You know, and to an extent I get that. But I can't help but thinking, what happens if they actually were quite open about, yeah, we're going to have some difficult conquests, you know, we're going to make sure that these are very high value characters we're releasing, so we don't want it to be easy. What happens if in the, like, every other conquest they did an easier one? You know, like, say I like Darth Bane, say he's going to be OP. What happens if the one after that, I should have isolated that. What happens if the one after Bane is a so-so tune, a bit like a Trench, so who's not really important and people aren't too fussed about? What happens if they were open about it and said, you know what, we're actually going to make it that you don't need to chase this character. You can, you know, he's going to be worth adding to your roster. You know, it's not like we're just going to give you something to do that's not worth it. But, you know, it's not as important, therefore the feats will reflect that. I couldn't help but just thinking that sort of mentality of actually just be open and say, yeah, this conquest's a bit of a gimme. But, you know, they wouldn't do it, obviously. It's just something in my head, like, just being a bit more open about the difficulty. Yeah, there's going to be interest in Bane, for sure. We'll link again, why not? Well, that does nothing except for make me feel better. I've said it before, I hope it isn't. I want Red 5 to be a legendary. I think throwing it behind Conquest, it's like, no, don't do that to me. Like, quite literally, I want to be farming for Red 5, not having to suffer for 3 months to get it. It should be a fun thing to unlock, not like a, oh, that's done at least. Well, this won't do as much as it normally would, but I might as well slam her. Alright, we're still okay. Yeah, I mean, with that in mind, it's a surprise, really. Yeah, I can't get Drogon, so I'm actually going to link Leia and I'm going to link R2 just to make sure that I got R2 out. We might not get a turn though before Leia goes, I don't know. No, we're ahead of her. Oh, we even got Leia, cool. No ult for you. Alright. We can't get Mothma. But we're going to try a damnedest, just so there's no revive. Oh, am I missing something there? Oh, hang on, okay. Never mind, I'm mixing up my abilities. I could have sworn it was Rebel Owl I revived, not just Rebel Fire to revive. If we're talking about Leia, yeah, I imagine she'll be easy when the Datacron's gone. I mean, right now it's just making the... It's pretty much just being a nuisance on defense, isn't it? So once the Kron's gone, I imagine it will even out a little bit. Alright, last time I'm going to use this Kron, so... all I can say is bye-bye Visas Kron. You were fun. Well, maybe not fun, but you were useful. It's like, if they gave her an Omicron that did that, I'd be more than happy. You know, it's not like a flashy Omicron, but it's still kind of nice. I haven't tried Ray versus Jabber, I'll be honest. I only say that because I wouldn't know if like timeouts are a risk or anything. Alright, can we get rid of that crit hit immunity? There we go. Alright, she's in the damage immunity. It was the last result after Star Killer and C failed. Yeah, the Jabbercron's been horrid for that reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I've got it for my main, but man oh man, it's brutal. Couldn't click on it then. For me, Ray's just staple defense at this point. You know, it's going to take a very big reason to take her off defense. I'm not saying there won't be a reason, it's just she's just that good on defense, or that she's got that sort of presence on defense. Alright, there she goes. Hopefully the defense up did a bit of work there. Right, we're not going to get Ray down before Ben's back, but we can hopefully get him down here. And then just do that. Cool. Jack in the Box, you gotta love Ben. It's such a silly kit. Guess who's back? Back again. Ben is back. I can't really say tell a friend because I don't think he's got any friends. True damage ignores defense. Are we talking about something I did there? Ah, fair point. I can't help it. I think in my head, defense up, it just makes me feel like it's going to help. Reality is it does squat, like you say. Okay. Tuscans. We're not looking for bad players. I mean, I know that's kind of my bread and butter, but still. All in on Warrior. Alright, so we're getting to the point where we're going to start hurting when we hit them, but they aren't going to be as annoying as the other ones were. Hey up, Peak, how you doing? Yeah, that was kind of frustrating on Tam, and just getting stuck behind Bleeding Chieftain. You got your Bo-Katan? Wow. I was saying the other day, I didn't think anyone would be getting it this time, as far as, well, you know what I mean, in the sense of, like, the gap between the last unlock and this one, it'd be too short a time for people, but, well done. It's been over 2k unlocks, wow. I'm quite impressed at that. Nuke, there we go. I mean, I imagine Crystal Hordes for free-to-play players would have to be really dipped into for something like that. Yeah, Guildmate got back from the shipment packs, I think. Or from the 5k one, I should say. But yeah, I don't think he's pressed on the others yet. Let's send that there. And Do that. Let's go for Anakin. You did get the 208 raid box. Nice one. I mean, even if you have to DM off the guild, it's still worth it, isn't it? I really want my main guild Des Termits to be pushing for that. We're at 144 reasonably consistently. I say reasonably consistently as far as we're getting it, but it sometimes feels like we're just sort of falling over the line. So I'm crossing my fingers that if we can actually put in an effort, we can get the 208. But I think there's just a kind of reluctance from members as if to say, oh god, this raid's not good. Okay. Interesting to see we both put Trench on defense like this. Okay, so Sortie, we can do Wampa. That was the plan anyway. And Ewoks. Yeah, I can imagine BKM with the Datacron is disgusting. I'm just crossing my fingers I don't face one. I'm just hoping she stays above the Kyber 1 line. Dark's an interesting choice for sure. There is Nisa in there, so we got to be a little bit respectful as we saw before. I think we'd do CLS on Trench and Maul on Ewoks maybe? Or maybe do Imperial Troopers on Trench, CLS on the Ewoks. Oh, you didn't use the Datacron, wow. Alright, that's pretty impressive, I will say that. Garbanzo. I'm trying to think what I'm doing now. Let's send in Wampa. Yeah, that Bo-Katan Kron, again, it's why I don't want to face one, because I just think, I see that, it's not going to be fun. I think it's going to be an offense Kron anyway, but it's just not going to be fun to be taken into account. I didn't know. But saying that, I haven't really followed Bo-Katan. It's like, she's kind of out of reach for me now, so it's like, well, I say out of reach in the sense she's not something I'm likely to face, and it's not something I'm likely to get, so it's like, I'll deal with her when I have to face her. Yeah, I mean, I've asked about what the comp that people are running with her, and from what I could tell, armor has been left out, and it's OG bow that goes in there. I found that interesting, you know. Yeah, I mean, I can believe that regarding the AI on defense, because if you were to put armor in, it might make it more durable, but the armor, if I remember right, plays very dopey on defense. So unless they've improved the AI, which I haven't seen, where if she's with Bo-Katan, she doesn't do the best scoring got straight away, then I can't imagine she's that great. I'm playing manual for a moment here, by the way, because I want to try and get Dark Trooper. Sortie's just hiding Dark a little bit. Could be why they've done this, to be fair. Have they improved the Leviathan AI? Can't say I've heard about that. Dark, will you get out of stealth, please? Yeah, we might as well full auto. He's not coming out for a bit. Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've heard anything about it, but again, maybe, like I said, maybe it's just bad luck. I know I need to give it a go when I've got my defender up. Hey, Doc's out. Oh, just missed it. Yeah, I mean, Scythe is the biggest tank in the game that doesn't taunt. I mean, it doesn't matter, but there is a benefit in the sense, if I recall correctly, the relics do improve the dodge chance, which then increases the idea that you're going to survive. So there is a benefit to it. I'm not saying it's make or break, but, you know, it's not like Relic 7 will make it worse, or is unnecessary. I'm hoping we're getting here with this. I think we're getting there. I can see the health pool being hit. It's that thing, isn't it? You're just kind of crossing your fingers. You're not imagining it. There we go. I mean, I've got Salty on defense on my main, but I know I'm just drawing this out, essentially. It's not that I think it's a good thing to put on. Yeah, gotta trust in Wampa a bit more, I do agree. Ooh, 239 Dooku. I'm not wrong in thinking that. 239 is slow there. Ooh, 197. $253 means better. Imp should still be alright here, though, I'd have thought. I mean, I know we don't get the first turn, but I'd have thought after that we'd be fine. Yeah, that is true. With Django, you don't need it. I think it was more... Yeah. A bit late with that. Alright, let's just do that for now. I'm going to try and stall a little bit just to... See, that's not too bad. Yeah, I am a little bit worried here. You know, it's a bloody shame because I love Stark. Okay, start. Take another turn. Oh, hang on. It won't spread the extortion, will it? Right, we're going to auto-base it. The hope is Newt essentially gets a turn at least. If Newt can get a turn, there's potential that we can get extortion on our side, which should slow us down and allow them to get a bit quicker. That's if I'm remembering my kits right. Again, I might be thinking a Newt lead. To be clear, the priority will be to get Newt, regardless. Hey up, Brad. How you doing, man? I've said it before, by the way, if you want a custom sound alert like that, just let me know what you want. As long as I can find a link to it, like I can download a clip of it or something, I can do it. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm making a bit of a cock up at GAC, it seems, but we're doing fine besides. How about you? Yeah, so extortion would be beneficial then if we can get another couple out. I mean, he's nearly out of turn. Trouble is, he's probably going to do another ability before extortion. On the flip side, it's kind of interesting to see how much Emperor's Trap we can stack. Okay. There we go, more extortion. Okay, it wasn't pretty that, but we got out. Alright. Let's do that. And let's do that. We spring a trap on him. Alright, not great banners, but that was kind of what I was hoping for once we got in there and we saw there was a bit of a mess. Okay, we've got CLS for this. Yeah, I think we file that under I saved my own bacon after putting myself under the grill. Okay. Well, Paplu's a slow get, so I think we go for Nisa. Okay. Interesting. I might be wrong, but I think even though they've hit me, they've done no damage. Okay. Puny Ewoks. I think it's only right that we have a chance to show what good Ewoks can do. And let's hope we can. Alright, what's Feedy at? 209. Oh. Hang on, wrong one. Wrong one. $291. You know, I'm sure the maths could prove that I'm wrong here, but I'm just going to wing this. We're just winging it. At 270 something speed map Aplu, so I would assume, yeah, I'm first out the gate here, very comfortably. And let's do that ability there, because I would like boss to stay down if we can. There we go, that's brill. I can cope with the thermals. And let's just try and keep Nisa protected, because obviously she's the weak one of the 5. Put some foresight out. And let's just hit Mando with the mass assist. Alright, I didn't think it was going to do that much. Carry on then. Bye-bye, Mando. Pony. Pony bounty hunters. Let's do that. You lost a Padme mirror match and ended up using Pelt's Vader and Sith Brother to take it out. Very nice as far as the cleanup. Don't. Oh, okay. Paplu, you know you're a tank, right? Do you mind just coming in and saving Nisa here? It's earlier GPs around here, I suspect it's a thing. Not everyone's got massive GP. Alright, let's pass the turn to Nisa. Oh, you little git. Alright, not max banners, but still 62 is pretty solid. Lord Vader. Rise. Or don't. You know, the funny thing is, I have actually been putting squads in my squad selector for GA, but I forgot to use them. Right. What would be that? Hydrate from Brad.
Grand_BKL just redeemed hydrate.
Cheers. Alright, so we'll pop that on Kenobi so he doesn't take some damage. Turn order's a little bit out here, but we'll do that. I'd rather go for Maul with that, but he's hiding. Alright, Padders, and you come. Go on, we'll basic Thrawn. I know I need to go for Maul. Okay, we're at our ult. But I'm also thinking we could do as saving it for when Lord Vader ults. So I think we just hold it for one turn. Which feels very weird. There we go, there's the crush. And this is why I put the damage immunity over there, because he's only just now taken a turn GK. Okay. Just need to get Maul out. Put that on Cat. And we're going to put that on Ahsoka. I don't want to waste the insta-kill, so I'm just being very selective on when I'm using it. Alright, Cat's next, so we're going to insta-kill Royal Guard. Then call an assist from Cat here. There we go. Another crush. Just basic for now. This music feels like something's about to go wrong. It's like I'm half expecting like some weird character to come off screen and just smack my entire team. There we go. Not too bad. Alright, let me just catch up a little bit. So, you've done the math, and you farm 150 plus car hours a week, and you only need 1,200 more for Grand Inquisitor, so you're figuring about 8 weeks or less you'll be ready for the event. Very nice. I think the right conditions for GI have kind of passed. I mean, in DW is okay, I guess, but in GAC, he had a Datacron 8 months or more ago now. That was good. It's kind of gone downhill for GI since then, in my opinion, but I'd like to think it might come back at some point, or something that could really elevate that team, because Raver's great, you know, and if you got Raver, you're doing fine, but if you haven't, the Inquisitors, they've kind of fallen behind a bit. I can imagine he was a conniving little so-and-so. Yeah, that one could be quite good. I mean, I like Biggs anyway. Yeah, I mean, when you think it's very much just the non-Raver stuff. I mean, give it to Raver and you can imagine how OP it could end up being. Oh, we're going to have break. Sorry about that, folks. It's why I wish you could see it coming, just so that you could maybe drop me a message in the chat saying, oh yeah, ads are coming. Alright, there's no revive, so I might as well just go for Mara. Okay. Okay, interesting. Long gap break. Strange. It doesn't say we've got an ad here now. Maybe it was over by the time I looped. I have said it before, I don't... there aren't ads on my channel as far as I don't have, like, monetization, but YouTube obviously has ads, so if you go to YouTube, you can always skip that way. Or as Aranya says, if you want to drop a sub, that's another option. I mean, I didn't say it first. Alright, let's do that. What else have I got left, just in case I need anything? Got Maul, Mothma, Gidmay. Actually, I haven't even got Gidmay now. Yeah, we're kind of at the drags at this point. Yeah, we'll go for that one. You finally got enough carrots to take your Ray into Relics. Took straight to Relicate. Very nice. I know that when I've been getting to these GLs, especially these Lightspeed ones, it's been tricky trying to say, oh yeah, they need to have the Relicate, because obviously they do need it. But it's like with Ray, I was like, okay, she does need Relicate. But it's one of those where you're thinking, oh god, but that means I've got to stop doing this, or I've got to stop doing that. And I'm in the same boat now with Kylo. He's going to go to Relicate, but it just means I'm sort of stalling on other farms again, and it gets frustrating. I say, I know you want to show off your Relic 10 Aranya, but you don't need flex around these parts. Yeah, we'll get feared. No big surprises there. This does look a more favourable matchup, though, as far as Malgus. I could be very wrong. We outsped him. Yeah, fingers crossed second time's a charm. I mean, Gas got up from his nap a bit quicker that time. Felt like on time and he was taking too long a nap. Didn't set his alarm clock. Oh, if only. Alright, nap time. Alright. Oof. I mean, I really shouldn't have done that grenade, but man, it had a punch to it. Yeah, it's a bit deja vu, isn't it, Estelle? Going better this time, at least. Alright. Marauder gone. Get that out of here, Malgus. Okay, so we gotta take a hit or two for a minute, but we should be fine. So within 4 months you'll have gas and GI, then after that you should be ready for JMK. It certainly seems like you got a good, how do I phrase it? Like, you've got a good time frame in mind for what you want to do. Yeah, I think Relicate is probably solid to get it to 200k, without sacrificing other things. It does feel like we kind of had a bit of karma there, as far as that working better this time. Alright. Prof harder. Alright, Horn, Dash, Anonymous Pilot, and Bigsy Boy. Do me proud. That's your pep talk. If you can get Slacker in as well, you've had a very good year as far as farming stuff. I mean, hopefully there will be more bundles for the paying customers. I say that because it would be nice if people can catch up that way, if they want to. Alright, so far so good. Yeah, Kit disappears at such weird times. I blame work. Okay, let's do basics. Alright, that's good. That's good. I'll let you tell him that. Okay, bye-bye, Bigsy Boy. We should still be okay, though. We got Sith Assassin out, which is a big plus. We've got a nice amount of ult charge. Granted, we can get more, but it's looking decent. An assist would have been nice, H. Go on, we'll put the Y-Wing on there. 93, come on, 1 assist. Kind of what I meant. I think we've got enough. Yeah. There we go, ult. well, Alt 2 as it really is. Pass that there. Marauder's definitely worth chasing. I mean, if you got the Bad Batch even remotely farmed up, I'd argue it's one of the best fleets in the game right now, with Marauder. It's just the Bad Batch can be a bit annoying if you haven't got them. Advocat, a little bit late. We're on the last fleet climb. You know, we're doing the final GAC, but that's how you can still tune in. How you doing? There we go. So, the bad one out the way. Let's see, we got... Finalizer? Yeah, Finalizer. The number of times I notice my voice goes high, like, ah! Yeah, restream bot's working. I mean, fingers crossed that YouTube, Twitch is happy with it. Again, it's clarifying that the chat is coming from YouTube, not Twitch, so hopefully that is enough for them. Because it is nice that people can see what other people are saying. Plus, it also means the chat's on YouTube, so, you know, you don't have to read the chat on screen. Yeah, that looks right. GAC, the main account, we had a pretty bad loss. It all came down to gas losing to Malgus, really, so that was a bit rough. But we're doing okay here. I mean, chat can correct me, but I don't think we've dropped a battle here. And if we have, it was not a big drop. Maybe just like a, oh yeah, we'll just clean that up kind of thing. I'm not recalling a drop here, though. Okay. Ability block. Cross your fingers and toes. I didn't cross them hard enough. This is why I hate this pigging fleet. Oh. Alright, we got the stun, that's something. Let's try and get a stun again. Okay. Yeah, let's just remove that. Bye-bye. Yeah, this is beyond uphill at this point. Have I got anything going for me? Oh, I have. Okay, let's just send it. And we're out. I actually think we just retreat. I don't think there's enough there to even cash in. That just blows. Yeah. I haven't got enough to do both of these. I'm trying to think of some way I could split it, but I mean, what I can try and do is maybe we do Executrix here. We do the normal, like, counter, if you like, with this. And then let's just see if we can take some Sith stuff in and make Executor struggle. But yeah, that... Oh god, it's why I hate Executor. It isn't difficult to beat as far as strategy, it's just that every now and again it'll say screw you with RNG. And to be clear, I know I'm not the only one who suffers with the RNG aspect. It's just so frustrating. Let's do that on 5s. I've heard a few people saying it can be Executor. Well, I'll say a few people. I've heard one person say that, but that's a positive in my eyes. Yeah, I've been hearing about it. I mean, Tassinix has been in chat today, and I know he's had a few of those kind of opponents himself, so I did mention it. Okay, not nice. Ability block should be okay there. Low is not nice though. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say the First Order was a dunk. I'll defend that one. That all comes down to RNG. If you can land the basic and the special from Silencer on a Xanadu Blood, you win. Maybe it gets a little bit tricky afterwards as well with IG if you don't get IG out, but IG actually didn't come out in that battle, so it's irrelevant. But yeah, with this one, that one I did mess up a little. I shouldn't have done the Executrix, but I was trying to save Chimera to see if I could do something with this. Just so bloody frustrating. Let's do Rebels. Let's see what this lot can do. Only reason I'm thinking with these, they've just done the mass attack, so maybe we can just do a basic and get Anakin out. Well, I'll say that, he's going to have unending loyalty, but you get my point. Alright, Days there looks good. I'm going to do that though just for the fact that I feel like we do need to keep Biston around a little bit. Let's do that to get an ability block on Anakin. Alright, bye-bye. We've got to do Phantom to try and get a second reinforcement in. What's turn order looking like? We'll do that just to get target lock. Not looking great as far as options. Oh, wow, yeah, Raven's Claw's dead as a dodo. Man, oh man, that was absolutely brutal. Alright, we'll do that. That gets rid of the taunts. And at the very least, we get rid of Anakin. Okay. Yeah, AoE might have been better. We're missing the engine of the team now, but maybe we can clean up just because it's not, like, the bulk of the team. Maybe. I mean, Cassian's got a counter chance, so he might hang around a little bit. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting Marauder considering it didn't start. Yeah, that could have been the play. Yeah, no surprises, Wedge is dead. I wouldn't say I've got plenty of options there. Okay. It's certainly chipped it down a bit, though. Alright, I think we just go for the executor for a minute. Because it feels like we don't need everything there. Okay. We haven't got Sith Assassin built, so that's unfortunate. We used Dagger as well, so... yeah, this isn't great. I can't really rely on that. Might as well do it with a Chimera, which is just backwards. Yeah, I think if Wedge wasn't such a glass cannon, he'd actually be a very good ship, but the fact is, even when you've got relics on him, he will die with any amount of targeting. So, something that improves his survivability will definitely help. Alright, we got Bob up on this one. Yeah, it feels like they've been baiting it for a while. He can do good damage. I mean, if I'm right, his special does ignore defense or armor or something. So there is potential. Yeah, a bit frustrating here we aren't getting a full clear. I mean, I've just got nothing for that Executor. And I could have taken this in earlier. See, I don't think it'll be a while. I wouldn't be too surprised if it isn't the next Conquest 2. And I think it's just... It feels like it's almost inevitable. But, again, I hope I'm wrong, just for the simple fact that... I said it earlier, I don't want it to be a Conquest farm. I want to actually farm requirements for Red 5, not be just sort of saying, right, I've got to do this X times a week. I mean, we all thought the same about Jedi Knight Luke, that it would be a sign the game was shutting down, so I don't think it's the case there. I'll tell you what though, it would be a travesty if Red 5 can't beat Exacta. Alright, 1501. They've got a target. If I can avoid the wooden spoon, I'll be happy, but I've left the door open, which is not that good. The hyperdrive bundles boost their sales through the roof. I don't think it's shutting down anytime soon. I assume you mean the Lightspeed bundles. But yeah, I don't think we're close to that yet. I mean, Lord of the Darts, who's in my servers and stream sometimes, he thought along those lines that maybe it was a sign that something could be happening, but I did disagree with him there. I thought it just didn't feel like a game closing move. At least to me. But saying that, I haven't really been part of many games that I've shut. Yeah, I mean, the Lightspeed bundles were that, weren't they, peak, and... not Lightspeed, hyperdrive bundles were that. So, yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like they do need these catch-up mechanics of sorts. I mean, I go back to it, I'm begging for a Bad Batch 1. you know, I'm not even saying, right, give me, like, Padme, gas, whatever, Ralicate, you know, I'm not even asking for, like, support in that part of a Lord Vader farm. I'm just asking for someone to help me get over the hump of all those car attack for Bad Batch. It's why I can believe it'd be a long way off, but I am saying that's the one I'm looking for. There is that as well. I will agree with you, Snorquist. It's like, I'm saying it off my gut, but unless you actually know what the numbers involved are, we're speculating. I had some energy overflow, didn't I? Was it mods? Yeah, mods. Drax, hopefully with the new season of Bad Batch, they'll do a Lightspeed bundle for him. Fingers crossed. I mean, I completely respect anyone who's got that point of view, by the way, that, oh, well, I spent X amount of time farming them, so I don't really like the idea of it. I completely respect that. But just from my own point of view, I'm like, I've just not had time to farm them. And as much as I would like Lord Vader, and when you think it's also a cost going for Lord Vader because you need the relics on his team, you need the mods. If these said, right, here's the Bad Batch, I would go for him because the rest of the requirements by comparison aren't that bad. I mean, I'm talking on my main account, obviously. This is not a penny touched on it. Well done, Peak. I mean, anyone who's got AGLs, congrats. I mean, I feel like I'm doing good with my 4, but the other 4 feel quite far away, relatively speaking. I mean, JML's actually not too bad on this account. I'm 7 out of 16, so that's probably the next one to go for. But I don't feel like Leia's that crazy. I mean, it's 3 out of 16 here, but I'm already working on the shards for the marquees, so it's like, it's not like as close as my main account is, but I still think it's not like completely out of reach. I'm actually just looking to see what I'm missing here. Missing Leviathan, obviously Bo, Afra. I mean, Cal I'm working on with shards. Actually, sorry, I've done the shards. It's the gear I need. A few things. Are we talking about Afra, or are we talking about Bo-Katan there with the Datacron? Oh no, Leia even, I imagine. Quite a few there in a short space I was talking about. Conquest, 1 hour to go. I'm going to say, it feels like a death knell. It's like I'm hearing the funeral march in my ears. Well, I'm going to get ready for it, so let's launch a raid. Who's online right now? We've got Womprat, RSG, and Lalinda. So I'll be honest, I had a raid off Womprat recently, so we're going to head there. Just say return the favour, as it were. So let's get that set up. Okay. Quick thank yous before we go. We've had a raid from Danos, so thank you very much, Dan. Oh, sorry, I've got I've got one in the background there. Just wondering you were saying bugger. So yeah, thank you for supporting the stream. We'll be back now on Thursday. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do because I've said to myself I'm probably not going to do Marvel Snap this time, just for the simple fact that we've done that a bit lately when I've not been doing SWGOH. So maybe we'll play some Jedi Survivor. I don't know. We'll just see what I feel like when the day comes. But we'll try and have some fun for something a bit different. So if you fancy tuning in for that, feel free. Friday we'll be doing Conquest, so if you don't like Conquest, I don't blame you for not turning up. But if you want to try and support me, who doesn't like Conquest as well, please tune in. And yeah, back on Monday with some more random stream stuff. So that's the general gist of what's going on next 7 days, so hopefully you can tune in for one of them at least. Alright, where's my end stream button? Here it is. Alright, we've got one fan of Survivor, so I'm going to say, Kadabug, if you enjoy Masochist gameplay, that's the one for you. Okay, let's launch the raid. See you folks. Bye for now.